Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'm here to do an intuitive card reading to see what insights, messages, and guidance the universe would like to share with us at this time, especially in regards to what's the best way to put this? Kind of other people acting up, like the negative, whether that be negative people, just negative energy and entities, whatever, because it seems like that's getting very riled up and trying to discourage us, trying to dishearten us, trying to get us to think that we're not worthy, that we're not good enough, to dim our light and to get us to play small so we're not going after our dreams. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times today alone I dealt with so many scammers, and then like my family was acting up and trying to act like things were my fault when I had nothing to do with it. Like my dad was blaming me for stuff that happened to my mom, like I had nothing to do with that. And like it's just a whole thing that the negativity is real, guys. It is like acting up, it's all riled up. But yeah, the universe doesn't want us to give in to that, and it wants us to disengage, to walk away, to prioritize our peace of mind and our well being, and know that we can choose who, what, when, where, why gets our time, energy, and attention. And we're allowed to walk away. We don't have to keep fitting into it. Anyhow, let's take a look at the cards and see what else the universe wants us to know. Okay, so the first card we have coming out is Silver. Be persistent. And yeah, I've noticed just in observations and dealing with other people that people are quick to throw in the towel and just give up and be like, oh, it's not meant. That happened with so many people that I've just witnessed. And like, I've even tried to say, like, are you sure that it's not meant? Like, are you sure? And they're like, nope, it'd be easy if it was meant. And it's like, in some ways, yes, but also in some ways, no, because sometimes the universe, quote unquote, tests us, not in a mean way, not to punish us, but to see if we're truly ready, if we truly mean it, if we're actually serious about things. Because so many people will talk the talk, so many people will have all the nice things to say, and they'll follow through when things are easy and all is good. But when things start getting tough, sorry, Suki jumped at my leg, but when things start getting tough, when the skies get stormy and there's turbulence and there's drama and things aren't easy, that's when people don't practice what they preach. They don't walk the walk. They don't follow through. They jump ship. And so the universe is like, hey, are you serious about this? Because things aren't always easy. And people want it to be easy. And listen, I get it. Like, my life feels like it's been on extra hard mode like this whole time, and like I just want a little bit of ease. I just want a little bit of peace. I'm like, really, does it have to be this hard? Why can't we just be kinder to one another? Why can't we just be more respectful? Why do we have to play all these games? Why are we being so disrespectful and, getting into the manipulation, the deception, the, emotional blackmail, belittling, invalidation, gaslighting? Like, it's come from all sides, and I'm just like, and why are scammers so prevalent? Like, because I talked about in my other video about how I set up a Fiverr gig and all these things, and so like my email has been getting blown up by these scammers being like, oh, do this, and it's like trying to act like they sent me like actual like Fiverr gifts to get me to click on links, and it's just like, no, this isn't even from Fiverr. It's from some random email, and some of it's a Gmail, some of it's like some gibberish. And I'm like, you're not Fiverr. Like, can we stop? And when things like this happen, one, you could argue that it's the negative entities, the devil, the enemy, whatever you want to label it as, trying to get you to play small. But at the same time, the universe can use it all for your benefit, can turn everything around and be for your highest good if you use it to build your persistence, if you use it to strengthen your character, if you use it to strengthen your faith, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. I'm going to walk by faith and not by sight. Yeah, this is a lot. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, it shouldn't be like this, but if you give up, like if I just quit Fiverr and like deleted the gigs and just like deleted all the things that I've been working on, it's like, well, I'm never going to get the results I'm looking for. I have to, weather the storm. I have to be persistent. I have to be resilient. And, it's a whole thing about it being silver. If the energy behind it feels like the universe is getting ready to bless us with gold and silver and precious jewels, precious gemstones, all this treasure, all this blessing, all this valuableness. But we have to stay the course. We have to be persistent. If we jump ship, if we call it quits, it's not going to happen. We're not going to be in the right place at the right time. We're going to be like believing, the limiting beliefs, the negative narratives, the conditioning, the gaslighting, the belittling, all the stuff from these negative spirits and entities and energies that we're not good enough. So then we're not going to let it in. We're not going to take the opportunities because like, oh, it's a pipe dream. It's not meant for me. Like all this stuff happens. It's not meant. And the universe saying, yeah, it is. But you have to be persistent. It's like when you plant seeds. If you plant the seed and it doesn't sprout right away, you can't just keep digging up and be like, are you growing yet? Are you growing yet? Or like, it takes time. Things happen below the surface. You don't always see the progress. So you have to be persistent. You have to give it time. You have to trust and stay steady in your faith. And that's easier said than done. I get it. I get it. Like, I have been on a long, long path and I'm just wanting, financial freedom, and I'm wanting genuine souls to have meaningful, deep connections with. And it's just like everywhere I turn, aside from my best friend, it's a bunch of fakes, a bunch of people who are scammers, and they do gaslighting and manipulation and all these horrible, hurtful things. And it's just like, how is this how people are? But I also know that I need to be persistent, because if I give up, if I stop looking, I'm never going to find it. I'm never going to find those other genuine souls, because they're out there. I've read some comments on places like Angel Souls. I know they're out there. It's just I haven't found them physically yet, and that's hard when you're alone. But the universe is encouraging us to be persistent because we will reap what we have sown. The energy we put out will come back to us. And it'll become back in like overflow and abundance. So be persistent. You will be rewarded with silver, gold, treasures, precious gemstones, all of that. And speaking of precious gemstones, ruby. Yeah, like we literally are going to be rewarded. Rejuvenate your body. Yeah. This all takes a toll on us when you're surrounded by it day in and day out. Like, I couldn't tell you how depleted and drained and just heavy I felt being around that toxic group and the narcissist. Being around my toxic family, who could very well be narcissists. Being around my toxic bosses, who could very well be narcissists, now that I know more about it. Like, all these things, and it's just like, the universe saying you have to take care of yourself. You don't have to engage. Like, what was going on with the scammers? Like, part of me wanted to be like, I've reported you, but I'm like, I don't need to give them any more of my energy. They think they've pulled one over on me, that I've actually am gonna give them my information and they're gonna be able to hack me or whatever. It's like, no, I'm not clicking on these links. It's super sus. It's super sketchy. And I can just block them. I can report them. I can mark it as spam and move on with my life. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. And part of me wishes I could do that in real life with certain people too. Just be like, you're spam. Just nope. But no, like certain family members, like my dad, he just like can't let things go. And like, even if I walk away calmly and peacefully and quietly, just go and do my own thing, like, honestly, I could swear some of these people are possessed, because he'll come up and start screaming at me about how I need to come down because I'm ruining things by not being there. It's like, you didn't want me there, one, because you're always sort of like taking shots at me, and two, if I stayed, like bad things would have happened. I walked away because I could feel myself get into those emotions. I'm like, if I stay, I'm going to do things I regret. I'm very much in my human emotions, and this disrespect is not going to be tolerable, and I'm not in a place to be able to communicate that well, so I'm going to walk away. And it's like, then it's just like all these things, and they don't let you, and it's like, you know, saying, walk away, ignore them to the best of your ability, because these people, they're energy vampires, they're looking for the next supply. They're just, I don't know, I don't get why they play these games and think that they're healthy and that they're normal and all these things. Like, it just boggles my mind. But the universe wants you to be persistent, but also take care of yourself, to also fill up your cup, to rejuvenate yourself, because you matter. You are the treasure. That's the key messaging coming in. You are the treasure. That's why all these people, all these entities, energies, the enemy, the devil, whatever you want to label it as, are trying to get you to think that you're less than, to dim your shine, because you're the treasure. And they see it. They see your worth, and they don't want you to recognize it. That's why they try to have you running around and thinking that you're not good enough to take on all this yourself and all that. It's like, no. Treat yourself like the treasure you are, because you genuinely are a treasure. You are a bright light in the world, and that's why they feel threatened by you. It just is what it is, you know? Yeah. Watermelon, have fun with your inner child. That's a beautiful way to rejuvenate yourself and to stay persistent by having fun. Because when things are getting super hard and it just feels so heavy and draining, it's hard to stay the course, you know? It's hard to keep showing up. But if you can bring more fun in and to reconnect with your inner child, that's going to be so healing. It's going to help rejuvenate you. Think about how you feel when you're having fun. You feel light. You feel energized. You feel like you could do anything. You feel inspired and aligned and full of life and love and laughter. And it's a great place to be. So this is why the universe is reminding you. Have fun with your inner child. Like, maybe if you're like me, your family did the very much opposite and tried to basically take out your inner child and be like, nope, you're not allowed to have fun. Nope, you're not allowed to be at peace. Nope, you're not allowed to enjoy life. Nope, nope, nope. You must suffer. And it's like, you can be that for yourself. You can show up for your inner child. You can show up for yourself. You can choose to have fun. You don't have to let other people dictate your course, which is why I've been having fun with my little projects to the best of my ability and like doing things I enjoy, which drives my family crazy. I'm gonna be real. They keep being like, you need to do this, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you're just triggered because I'm not being miserable like you, okay? It just is what it is, you know? These people, they just want you to be miserable like they are, because they're like, it's not allowed, stop that. If I can't be happy, if I have to be miserable, you do too. And it's like, the thing is, they don't have to be miserable. They're choosing it. They just don't realize it, or they don't want anyone to have a choice. I don't know. Like, it just boggles my mind. Yep, Lilac, strengthen your faith, because good things are coming, even if you can't see it yet. This is why the universe has been coming in so strong, to walk by faith and not by sight, because with like the scammers and all that and my family, like, sometimes the doubt comes in, you know? Like, I'm human just like everybody else, and it makes me start to think, it's like, am I wrong? Should I not do this? Like, I've been trying this for some time and nothing's coming of it. And it's just like, the universe saying, don't worry, we got you. You don't see it yet, and that can be hard, but trust, have faith, keep the hope alive, because all these people around you, they have no hope. They've let it get extinguished, and so that's why they're so miserable, and they're doing the same thing day in, day out. And like, when they're not listening to their bodies and to the divine insights and guidance coming in about, hey, you need to rest. Things like what happened with my mom with her eye. Like, she had to stay home from work today. Well, partially not necessarily had to. She just didn't trust herself to drive, and I didn't blame her. But like, the universe will make it so you have to rest if you're not listening. And the universe will make it so you have to show up in certain ways if you're not listening. So to have faith and stay in alignment, it can be hard, but walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. And that's what I try to do. And it just, honestly, I don't understand how all these people are not walking in integrity and accountability. I genuinely don't get it. Like how they can lie and they can scam and deceive and manipulate and all these things. I'm like, that's one of the things I was talking about with my aunt when we had the family get together and all that. Like, it just boggles my mind because for a lot of these people, they've been, deceived and manipulated and hurt and all these things, but then they go around and do it to other people. It's like, you know what that feels like, so how do you do that? Like, genuinely, I don't understand. And part of me wants to understand, and part of me is like, do I really, though? Do I really? Because that energy is not really something I want to play in, It's a whole thing. Right. Selenite, clear the clutter. Clear out the clutter. Block the people you need to block. Report the spam. Take out the trash, metaphorically and literally. Let go of all the old things that no longer serve, which is why, as much as my family's trying to pressure me to go back into the quote-unquote traditional and normal, to quote-unquote have a real job, it's just like, I can't do it. Like, it just feels too heavy. Like, it's going to be eaten away at me from the inside out, and there'll be nothing left. And it's just like, I get it. I get it that it's the immediate income right here, right now, but it's just like, I can logically understand it, but my heart and my soul just like, no, it's not in alignment. You need to trust. You need to clear the clutter. You can't level up and get to this next chapter, this next level, this fresh start if you're playing in the old ways, the old energies, dragging around all that baggage, all that dead weight, which is why the universe is asking us to clear it, saying no more of that. That was a time and a place, but it's no longer. Yeah. Rhodochrosite, remember your worth. That's a big one. That's a big one because these people, the energies, the negativity, it doesn't want us to remember our worth. It wants us to play small. It wants us to dim our light. It wants us to, walk on eggshells and try not to, rock the boat. And is this okay? Am I allowed to do this? And the universe is saying, you are a treasure. Allow yourself to shine and dazzle the world in all your brilliant colors, okay? Remember your worth. You deserve better. Like, that's a big thing that's coming in. You deserve better than this. They're going to try to make you think that you deserve less. You deserve better. You deserve more. You are a treasure. Treat yourself that way and enjoy life because you deserve it. You deserve it. And yeah, Angelite, support is all around you. And it doesn't always feel like it because in the physical, if you're like me, holy guacamole, guys, like, I have not had support. I have been expected to be the adult, to be the parent to literally everyone in my family. I have had to parent my parents, my siblings, like even as a young child, changing my baby brother's diapers at age 4 because my dad wouldn't get out of bed. And I'm expected to be the, one that just picks up all the pieces and take care of everybody else. But I'm not allowed to have needs. I'm not allowed to have wants and to need rest and to, take care of myself. No, that's crazy. And it's just like, I've had to figure it out all on my own. They don't teach me things like literally. To give you an example, my parents forced me to learn how to drive so I could be a chauffeur to all my siblings because they didn't want to drive them around anymore, and they kept promising it would never happen. It did, but they didn't want to pay to have someone teach me, but they didn't want to teach me. And then their version of teaching me was my dad having me behind the wheel and screaming at me like, that's not how you do it, you need to do this, but not actually teaching me or showing me how to do anything. And just expecting me to know. It's like, why aren't you doing this? You have to. And it's like, you didn't teach me anything. And so, yeah, like, if you don't have it in the physical, I get you. But the universe saying, beloved child, support is all around you. If not in the physical, in the energetic, in the spiritual, in like the universal, divine, unconditional love, okay? And it's hard to feel like it when you're surrounded by all this, but the metaphor, the imagery coming in is basically about how you grow stronger in the manure when you're in the thick of it. and it stinks and it can be gross, but you grow a lot in it. And I've grown a lot, and it just, it's like, I'm ready for some physical support to be around me, honestly, because I don't know how much more I can take of this, but I'm doing my best to be persistent and to keep showing up every day and to have the faith to remember my worth. But yeah, support is all around you. Don't let the negative, all these toxic people and all that convince you of otherwise, because you are supported. You are supported. Yeah, venturing, create your own luck. You don't have to play by the other people's rules. You don't have to subscribe to their narratives. You can rebuke the word curses and the negative narratives and the limiting beliefs that people try to speak over you. You don't have to conform to that. You don't have to subscribe to that. You don't. And it can be hard when you've heard it all your life. Trust me, been there, done that. Like, my whole life story feels like that. All these people talking down on me and talking word curses over me and saying that I'm not good enough. Like, literally, when I was very little in school, all my peers decided I was stupid because I was quiet. Because I didn't speak as much as they did. But it's like, I was observing and taking things in. And I am very intentional with what I do. I don't say things just to say things. And I don't think they could handle that or understand it. And so they decided, oh, I was stupid. And like, it was a whole thing, guys. Like, but yeah, you can create your own luck. You don't have to subscribe to all that. I just remember, like, sometimes you'll have the good people come through. Like, my first grade teacher, when all of them were starting to do that, my teacher's like, no, she's not stupid. She's just very intentional and observant, and she listens and she thinks before she speaks. And like, to have someone in my corner like that, like, you don't understand. I didn't have that kind of thing. So when someone actually did, like, whew, because it's not like other people are everything, but it helps to have the outside support. But at the end of the day, you can create your own luck. You can speak life over yourself. You can speak things into existence. You don't have to play by their rules and live their games and do their ways and buy into their negative narratives and the toxic nonsense. You don't have to. You can create your own luck, and you can be blessed and find your way out of there. I'm in the process of it. I don't see all the ins and outs, but that's why the universe is asking us to strengthen our faith and to be persistent, but still remember our worth and know that we are supported. Okay, so funny that we were talking about listening and me being observant, but rabbit listening. And this is not just listening to what is literally said, but like the energy, the intention, the meaning behind what people say and do, because people can say the right things, but they can have these twisted energies behind it. They can be trying to use you, manipulate you, deceive you. Like, there's so many people, like with my family, who'll be like, oh, I love so and so, but then they're being so controlling and manipulative and like doing all these machinations and trying to pull puppet strings, and they're literally just enabling people's bad behaviors. Like, that's not love. Like, what? And so yeah, like, just being observant and listening and noticing is very important. Like, that's how I protected myself with all these scammers. Like, it sounds on paper like very important and all that, and like, me being me, I naturally, since I say what I mean and mean what I say, my brain just naturally starts projecting that onto other people. Like, oh, that's how they're doing this. Like, but then I'll start noticing little red flags, like these nonsense emails and all that, like where it's being sent. And it's like, you're not who you say you are. You're not who you say you are. Like, I don't play these games, okay? And like, this could also be listening, because people could be having turnarounds right now, shedding the old, turning over a new leaf, being reborn. And so having the eyes to see and the ears to hear is very important, because You can notice if someone's genuine, because if someone is truly genuine, their actions are going to match up with their words. And that's why I've had to let go of so many people, places, and things, is because I was listening, I was observant, I had the eyes see and the ears to hear, and they were saying the stuff, but I listened deeper to the energy, to their, what was actually happening, because they would say one thing but do another, and it's just like, your actions speak louder. I can hear it. It speaks volumes. And that's what the universe is asking for us. That's part of creating our own luck, is like we're able to listen to the energies, to everything going around us, and notice things and be like, oh, be careful of that. That's a red flag. Like, it just, coyote perspective. It's getting so many new perspectives for us. Seeing things in new lights, listening and getting new information. It's not all bad. Because, like, I was gaining new information, since I'm, like, learning how to do Fiverr and, like, all these other things. And I'm listening and I'm, like, trying to take it in and have it work for me. And, like, also just listening to different content creators and just getting new insights and being open to things, not jumping to conclusions like so many people do. Like, so this makes me think about my aunt, who is in town for a little bit longer. She's going to be leaving in a couple days, but she lives out in Colorado, and one of her sayings is, your feelings are valid, but your perspective may not be true. And that's the thing, is like, listen to your feelings. Listen to what's coming up for you. Listen to, the beliefs coming up to you, but also acknowledge that it may not be completely true. We're human. We make mistakes. We are imperfect. And so our perspectives can be skewed based on the information we have. I know with my family, they get so up in arms and are so entrenched in their perspective, their limited perspective, they're having the confirmation bias and all of that, that they don't listen to the other side, and then they just attack everybody and be like, you're wrong. And the universe is asking for us to not do that, to listen, to make space, to have the perspective, but also have discernment, so we can do what's best for us, to take care of us, to create our own luck. And yeah, Blue Jay, resourcefulness, to be resourceful, to take what works in one area and see if we can be innovative and take it to our area. Like, it doesn't have to be, oh, it's only meant for this, it can't break outside this box. Like, no. Use your imagination, use your creativity, use your resourcefulness, and see if you can adapt and make things work for you, creating your own luck. Being persistent and seeing what can be. And yeah, making room for laughter, monkey. It just has a little top hat and it makes me laugh. But I'm also the year of the monkey. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I'm just interesting because I was supposed to be born. I was born a whole month early, so I was born in December instead of January, and like, it's a whole thing. But just have more play, have more fun, have more lightheartedness, even in the face of all this nonsense. Like, with what happened with, like, toxic groups and narcissists, a horrible ex who was cheating on me and lied to me for months, like, all this, like, I didn't let other people define me. They really, really tried, and they tried to get me to think I wasn't, worthy, and I didn't deserve anything, and I had no value. But I didn't play their games, and I didn't retaliate. I didn't look for retribution. I let that be in the universe's hand. And I'm just going to tell you that, they reaped what they sowed. The energy they put out came back to them. And I'm not seeking for anyone's downfall or anything like that, but, like, sometimes it's just kind of a poetic justice where you just kind of laugh. Like, my one ex, he did me dirty and was, like, lying to me and cheating on me and all that, and, like, people were talking about how he was being like poo. He would go on about how he had to sleep in his car next to a toilet, And I'm just like, that's kind of poetic justice. Like, I didn't have to lift a finger. And it's just like, yeah, you reap what you sow. The energy you put out comes back to you. Not in a mean way, but that's kind of hilarious. You know, like, okay, universe, I see you. And so, yeah, just choose laughter, choose lightheartedness. You don't need to get into the retribution and eye for an eye. Because while I get it because people have done me dirty, done me wrong time and time again. And like, I get the very human ego aspect of like, I want justice. I want, vindication. I want, to basically have fairness, equality. Like, this is not okay for you to do this. There has to be retribution or something. I get it. But when you are in that energy, it's just so heavy, and it's like drinking a poison and expecting the other person to suffer. And it's like you're doing it to yourself. And so I have chosen not to partake in that, even though I'm sure certain people think that I do. And it's just, I choose lightheartedness, I choose fun, I choose laughter, I choose peace and joy, right? Be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can. You're only human. Rejuvenate your body, have fun, clear the clutter, remember your worth, and be gentle with yourself. Yes, you're gonna have hard days. Yes, there are gonna be days where you probably cry yourself to sleep. Been there, done that plenty of times, and it felt so alone. But be gentle with yourself. You're doing so much better than you realize because you're still here. You have persisted, even if it doesn't feel like it. You've got this, okay? I'm sending you love and strength. Like, I know all too well. I see you, I feel you. Like, I'm there with you guys. Yeah, the universe wants you to honor your needs. That's what I've been trying to do. And it can be easier said than done when there's all this judgment and belittling and invalidation and nastiness hurled your way every single day. And people trying to scam you, and it's like, can we just not, guys? Like, come on. But this is why the universe is saying to step away, to distance yourself, to cut ties if necessary, to go silent, to take care of yourself, to retract your energy, your time, your attention, and to focus it on you, knowing that you can spend your time, energy, and attention on what you value. You don't have to give it to the energy vampires, all these people looking for their supply as a narcissist and all that. Like, you don't have to. Be gentle with yourself and honor your needs. You are valuable. You are a treasure. And yeah, your soul knows the way. Your soul knows the way. Even if you don't have all the answers right now, even if you don't know how it's all going to work out, and you don't feel like you have it together, your soul knows the way, which is why the universe is wanting you to take care of yourself, to strengthen your faith, to have fun with your inner child, to be resourceful, to just have the perspective to connect with yourself and create your own luck, because you can have it. You can have it. You can have the blessings. You can have the success. Like, literally. Yeah, we're in a period of growth. Growth is a journey. Trust each step. And that's why the universe is saying, hey, you may not see it right now, but things are working out for you. So be persistent. Keep staying the course. Keep showing up. Don't throw in the towel. Take care of yourself, fill up your cup. Don't, burn yourself out. Been there, done that. It's not fun, let me tell you. And keep your faith and hope alive. Keep showing up because you are making progress. If you were to take stock of where you started and where you are now, you would see that you have grown so much. You have grown so much. You may still have plenty to go. It is a journey, but you are growing, you are learning, you are improving. So don't sell yourself short. Yeah, we're in the period of rebirth. Every end is a new beginning. So even those people that you cut cords with, cut ties with, you sever it and you're like, no, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Enough is enough. Like, it's a new beginning for you. And yeah, it can suck because I had to say goodbye to friends before, to partnerships before, to people who I thought had my back, but it's like, no, I'm going to be reborn. I will rise from the ashes and soar like the phoenix. I am fire. Like, I'm a double fire sign, okay? So it's like, yeah, we can embody the fire and rise again with new life, with warmth, with love, with passion, with creativity. You know, that spark inside of us, what lights us up inside. So don't let the other people think that your life is, convince you that your life is over, because it's not. Because the universe is coming in with blessings. Blessings are gifts from the universe. Receive and share them. Yeah. Receive. Be open to it. Be receptive. Allow it in. Because so many of us, we end up blocking it. We end up cutting ourselves off. And the universe saying, hey, please receive. I want to bless you. You are a treasure. You are valuable. I want to give you everything you need and then some. And another thing that can trip people up is because if you're like me, you've been in lack so much of your life that when we're in like that, not saying all of us, but like the general tendency of the population, we start hoarding and we don't give because it's like, oh, it could go away at any second. I gotta keep it to myself and save it for a rainy day. And the universe saying, hey, receive them, but also share them. Giving increases your blessings because you are aligning with the energy of abundance, because when you're in abundance, you have more than enough and you can give, you can share. You don't have to hoard. Hoarding is the energy of lack, and the universe saying, no, I am blessing you beyond anything that you could ever imagine. You don't need to hoard anymore. They're coming. They're arriving at your door. So get excited. Get excited. Okay. We have wind chimes, peace and harmony. This very much feels like the winds of change, you know, shaking off the old from you, the stagnant, the what no longer serves, allowing you to release, to purge, to let that go, and to make space for peace and harmony, to choose it, to take care of yourself and be like, no, this is where I'm focusing my energy. This is what I'm choosing. This is what I'm aligning with. This is what I am creating for myself. And I don't have the time and energy to give to anything else. You know, I don't have time and energy for the nonsense. Okay, bye. I don't need to engage with you, you know? Knowing that you deserve better, you're the treasure. Yeah, you're being crowned. Honor and respect will come to you. And part of that is because you're shifting, because you're recognizing your worth, because you're recognizing yourself as the valuable treasure that you are. And because you're acting like it, because you're embodying it, the honor and the respect is going to come to you. Now, there could be those who are used to seeing you a certain way that are going to try to play the same game. You don't have to engage. You can walk away. Sometimes easier said than done, and stay safe, because sometimes, you know, there could be some dangerous situations with certain people. Trust me, I get it. I have been in dangerous situations with my family too. They're not always kind. They can get physically aggressive, so I get it. I get it. But yeah, the universe is going to bless you with plenty. You're going to have baskets full of blessings, recognition, reward for merit, because you are finally being recognized. For many of us, we've been hidden, and the universe has done that for our protection, so we can, you know, gain the resilience, the strength, the integrity, the persistence to keep showing up, to have our faith strengthened, so that when we get in this place of recognition, of honor, you know, of leadership potentially, like, we can handle it. And when, you know, the smear campaigns and the nastiness and the hate and all that comes our way, we know how to handle it because we've been prepared, you know? And so it's going to be able to stay. Because, yeah, success assured with good plans and hard work. We have been working so hard, and so the universe is like, you will reap what you have sown. The energy you put out comes back to you. You are going to have success. You've got this. So keep your faith alive, because you're going to get it. Now, carrot, opportunity or windfall, like, you are going to be blessed. The blessings are coming in from the universe. So don't buy in to the negative narratives, the limiting beliefs, the nonsense of other people. And yeah, this could even be, you know, marriage for some people, a ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. You can be getting new business opportunities. Like, the one partnership I think is going to go through with me in this company, so I'll keep you posted on that. And like, that could bring in abundance and all these things. So Know that support is all around you, that the universe sees you, the universe is here supporting you, it's guiding you, it's protecting you, it has your back, it is going to bless you. But we have to recognize our worth, we have to keep showing up, we can't throw in the towel. Because it's all too easy, and that's what these negative people want us to do, because for a lot of them, they gave up on themselves. They give up on their dreams, their happiness, their hope, their faith, all of that. And so they want you to as well, because you're too bright, you're too shiny. Stop that. Be in the dark, the dull, the mud, like all of the rest of us, kind of thing. And the universe is saying you don't have to. You don't have to. But I am sending you all so much love. Please take care. I hope that you have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.